Hey guys, welcome back. All right, I'm Roy. Check it out, guys. This is, I guess, part 2 of my install. If you didn't see the first one, please check out the first open boxing of the Baja design lights. I'm installing in my SuperDuty Tremor 2020. Now, guys, just like you, I looked at countless forums, countless YouTube videos. I tried to do all my research on trying to figure out how to install these things. All right. I'm gonna let you know I'm just a DIYer. I'm not an electrician. I'm not a mechanic. I'm just someone who got guts, all right? Who's not scared to work on his own projects, figure it out, work through it, and just get it done, all right? So, guys, right now we're up to the wiring part, all right? Now, there's not a lot of videos out there that show you exactly what to do. There's only a couple out there, and I actually really one. All right, and I kind of cherry picked from his video to help me with my video, and that's Chris Fix, I believe his name is. I like his videos, all right, how-to videos. So, but anyway, after cherry picking and doing all my research, decided that I'm gonna tackle this myself, all right, and I'm gonna show you how I'm getting it done, all right. I'm working on a 2020 Ford SuperDuty, the XLT model, all right, Tremor. Now, stay with me. I'm gonna show you all my parts, the how-to, or everything that I'm doing to get this thing hooked up, all right? Please consider like, subscribe. Enough of me talking, let's just get into the video. Let's go. All right, guys, here we go. Got the engine bay opened up here. Now check out, again, video 1 on how I installed the mechanics, I should say, of these LP6 lights. Just got them in, they were on back order for several months. Finally got them installed, all right? Check out the video of the bracket I'm using. I'm using the HDHQ brackets for my Baja lights, all right? So nice fit, nice combination, all right? What we're gonna do, guys, all right? First, you gotta figure out if you're a DIYer and it's your first time, you probably don't wanna do your own type of cables, all right? Which I didn't wanna do, all right? I'm not an electrician, all right? So if I could take some shortcuts, I will. So what I end up doing, other than buying the lights, I also picked up their harness for the LP6. Now this harness is for the LP6 and I believe the LP9s. All right, so it's all come prefab for you. You may need to modify it for your application. But if you're putting it on the SuperDuty, I'm gonna show you how I'm approaching it. First, we have to determine where we're gonna mount our stuff. Now, as you know, with the Godzilla engine, we have a battery here, all right? And we have all our upfitters switches or tie-ins underneath this part right here, all right? So I have to keep that in mind. Also, we have to figure out, we're gonna have to run a couple of those cables into the cab. So you have to decide which way you're gonna go. Now, you can go either two ways. You can go toward the right by the driver. There's a grommet right through there. You can go through there, or you can go by the passenger side. And I don't know if I can show you guys, but you can get through that way. I decided to go through the driver's side because I believe it's much easier to get to everything. Being that I already opened that up, I already have a cable coming through there, so that's what I'm gonna do. So that's step 1, identifying. Let me just go through this harness for you guys. Again, this is just, before we start, I want you to understand how we're approaching this, or how I'm approaching this. This one comes with a relay already attached. Now, if you have the LP6 or the LP9s, you know these lights has a high and low function. Pretty much a high beam, low beam, pretty much. All right, so you need a relay activate those high beams, all right? You can't run them at the same time. You cannot run high beams and low beams together, all right? They said if you do that, you might end up voiding your warranty and damaging. So you're gonna need a switch, all right? And they already give it to you. Let me tell you what's going on here. Everything goes through this relay here. Now, and this is how it looks if you guys understand what that means. All right, I'm still pretty much new trying to learn all of this. So I'm not gonna go through what each one of these mean. I'll put down some videos that inform me what all this means here, the schematic means. You come out, you're gonna have two connectors, all right, to go to your lights, all right? Doesn't matter left or right, it's universal. You're also gonna have, coming out of the switch, your power, because you have to get the power in. So you have your hot and you have your ground, all right, a red and black. Now the hot has a 30 amp fuse in it. Also, in the Baja lights, we have called backlight, all right, which is almost like daytime running lamps, you could call it. This is what this cable for, all right. So this cable here, as you see, has like a splice connector. You can either tap it. What I'm gonna do, I haven't decided. I might tap this through the fuse box, and when I turn the ignition on, it automatically comes on, all right? Or I might just tie it into the headlights itself, all right? The side marker light. So I haven't decided how I'm gonna attach it. I'll figure that as I go. And this here, this is called what is it called? I'm gonna call it an on, off, on switch, all right? So what it is, if you switch it, straight up is off. Go that direction, is on. You go that direction, it's on. Now, the reason for this switch here is to activate the high and low. So again, you cannot run the high and low circuit together at the same time on your Baja lights because you will damage it. All right, so you need to put a switch between that so you can pretty much go from high beam down to low beam or shut off altogether. So unfortunately, and this is, I know it's kind of winded, guys, but bear with me, you'll understand what I'm trying to explain. Unfortunately, upfitter switches are simply off and on switch, all right? When the switch is on, I don't know if you can tell, the auxiliary switches are on, all right? So, and off. So it's only one, on and off, on and off. For the Baja lights to indicate or use the high and low, you're either gonna have to dedicate two switches to it, one for high, one for low, and switch that off, or put a switch so when you turn this on, it automatically overrides that, or you use the existing switch they give you, which I'm gonna approach. I'm gonna use my auxiliary one for my pillow lights, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the switch, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get in some trucks, there's two switches here you can indicate. I'm gonna pop this out, I'm gonna get that other switch, put that over, and install that other high and low switch here, right next to here. There, or I'm gonna put it here. One or the other. I haven't decided how I'm gonna approach it, but that's pretty much my explanation. So I know that was kind of long-winded, guys, but I just wanted to just give you a breakdown on how I'm approaching it and my rationale behind it. Next step now, after that long-winded explanation, we're gonna install it, all right? And the idea to me is now I'm gonna put the relay on this side, being that my grommet to go into my cab is on that side, and I'll run everything over here under the crow's nest, I believe they call that, and drop it by the battery. So stay with me and let's just get it done. All right, guys, let's go into the engine bay. So once you take your harness, lay it out on top of your engine, and start with the relay. Now, the relay for this, how I decide to attack is put it right here. There's a little ground right there. Untighten that, put that relay right there, all right? So once you got that relay there, I want you to take your harness, and you need to come down, and let's see if I can show you guys. Right here, when you come down, fish it going downward underneath here, all right? So it's going down, and what you're gonna do, you're just gonna go around this part down here and come back up this way, all right? So it's a loop. Go down, go behind this little, you'll feel a little brace underneath here. I don't know if I can show that, underneath here, and then fish it up and come up this way, all right? The reason why I'm setting it up this way because I plan on going through the firewall down there, all right? I already got wires coming through there, so it's already set up for me. It's much easier, all right? That's why you want to set it up on this end, loop it, and come up. Now, 2 wires are gonna go toward the passenger side. Now, it's gonna be your power wire and your passenger side or light, all right, or the cable for the light, I should say. So you're gonna take those 2 wires, and I found by getting these little tie down holders, makes it much easier. So again, I'll put a link on picking these up. Please have them on hand before you even start this project, and have tie downs also. So as you can see, I got the 2 wires coming across. I have it tied down right there, and it's coming across, all right? Now, I'm just gonna bring it all the way over. Again, tie down here, and now I have my 2 wires for my power, all right? The ground and the hot, all right? I haven't hooked it up yet, but it makes it much easier to run it. So my ground is gonna go straight to the battery, and my hot is gonna go to one of my upfitter switches, which is located right here. So that's step 1. The other cable that goes to the light, you're gonna continue on this side, and you see some cables for your battery over here. Just get a tie down, tie it there, and tie it there. Now you wanna go into your fender well. You'll see it right here, and then bend it, a U-turn, going against the fender well toward the light, that way, okay? Now, the reason why you're going coming around this way and back this way, because again, when you close your hood, you gotta be aware of this hinge, and you don't want that hinge coming down on your wire. All right, so, okay, once you get that done, you're gonna follow underneath, and the wire is gonna come up on this end, all right? And then come out and just go right in, all right? Now, I'm gonna show you on the other side, you're gonna have to take this connector off to get it fished in this part, all right? Because in our truck, especially if you're using this type of bracket, all right? The SDHQ bracket, you don't have a lot of room on fishing that wire on this side, all right? If you try to come underneath the crow, you're not gonna like the finish. It's not gonna look correct. It's gonna be bunched up, all right? It's gonna be messing with your rubber part here. If I could show you, let me see if I could bring this around. This part here is gonna be messing with it. So if you want this stall to look nice and clean, this is the best way to come up this way, right between here, all right? And then bring up your wires and go right into. A quick advice, get you into some extra heat shrink, and put it up here, because again, just enough to give a finished look, all right? Because when this is done, I'm just gonna come back with the heat shrink and shrink this up so you don't see any of the wires, all right? So that's just my advice. That's what I'm doing. And again, it's just a better, cleaner look. And once this is all done, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come back with some like plastic dip, take this up and just spray this connector to make it black so it blends in. All right, and that's it, guys, all right? So, and to get that wire fished in, you're gonna need some I have like a little fishing tool here for electrical. You should have one of these, all right? And this one happened to be plastic, so it doesn't mar up your finish accidentally. So suggest you pick up one of these, all right? And that's it, all right? So that's my layout. Again, relay, take the 2 wires, the power and the left cable, fish it in the back here, tie it down to the cables there, and fish it that way, all right? So I already did the passenger. What I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you on the driver's side on how I took that connector off and brought it up, all right? I know that was kind of long-winded, but I want to give you that visual detail, so when you guys attack this, I pretty much covered everything, so there shouldn't be any surprises, all right? Again, I'm gonna give you a detailed list of the parts that you're gonna have to have before you start, all right? Again, one of these fishing wires, plastic, so you don't mar up your finish. You're definitely gonna need some panel removers. All right, you must have this, all right? Needle nose, wire cutters, small screwdriver, all right? I'll make it more detailed at the beginning of this video on exactly the parts you need, but that's pretty much it. So let me continue on. We're gonna tackle the driver's side, all right? So again, my relay is already mounted. I already fished the passenger side plus the power cables that direction. So you're gonna have 3 more cables. You're gonna have the cable for the switch. You're gonna have the cable for the backlit also, all right? And you're gonna have the cable for the driver's side light. Now, that driver's side light, what you're gonna have to do, I recommend, since it's coming up this way, take that cable, fish it back this direction. And as you can see, I have it going this direction here. Come back against the wall behind this here. And what you're gonna do, again, same thing. You're just gonna take it and you're gonna fish it between the frame and panel here, all right, right underneath here. And you're gonna fish it right in and drop it right there, okay? Again, what it does, it gets it out of the way of these these shocks, gas shocks, and the hinges, so nothing's pinching on it, all right? And so what I did, I just have it there now, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that connector off because, again, same situation, all right? Right here with these lights in this type of bracket, there's not enough room to come up this way. And again, they'll bunch up. It's not a good look. All right, so your best bet is to come back here and we're gonna bring it out right in this corner, right here, all right? So that's what I'm looking to do. And that's it, guys, all right? So stand by, let me set up the camera in a different angle so I can show what I'm doing and walk you through it, all right? So, and this is the same technique that I use on the passenger side. So stay with me and I'll show you how I got that done. Hey guys, I'm just cutting into the video right now. We're gonna take an intermission break. I realize this video is getting long. I'm up to about over 15 minutes and I'm trying to piecemeal all the information about doing this install of the Baja lights. Now, my videos, I try to give you as much detail as possible. Visual details and explanation on how I'm approaching a certain project. I just find that that's important to me in doing a DIY channel, is getting as much detailed information as possible. I try not to take too many shortcuts in my explanation. It may be long-winded, but I think at the end, your guys will get a better understanding of how to approach certain projects if you have all the information. Not the best looking or the mistake-free videos, all right? I try to show mistakes and successes and just my tips. So in doing that, I'm cutting this video now. We're gonna pick up on the next video. I guess it's video number 3 or 4. I'm kind of unsure where I'm at in the editing process, but I'm giving you as much detail for you guys out there who's watching my videos, and I hope you appreciate it. So stay with me. Check out the next video when we pick it up on the driver's side and installing these Baja LP6 lights. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Please, again, like, subscribe, and we'll just keep it moving. Later.